Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the MLB, baby. We'll talk a little bit of baseball. So, y'all check this out. Well, guys, the GOAT conversation in baseball, there's a few people in it. And up until now, my GOAT in baseball, I would have to go with Barry Bonds. I lived through that. I've seen Barry Bonds. I've never seen the pitchers so afraid to pitch to a guy. It was almost to the point where it's like, hey, you got people coming to the stadium to watch a guy hit, and he gets one or two pitches a game that he could possibly hit because of the fear. I know that you have the steroid thing later in his career. But before all of that happened, this guy was in the 40-40 club already, 40 stolen bases and 40 home runs in a season. He had his Pittsburgh career, Pittsburgh Pirates career, and then he topped it off with his San Francisco Giants career. The guy was phenomenal, and I think, I don't know any details, but I will say this. If he was playing while Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire started hitting all these home runs and were obviously on steroids, I think personally he just looked at them like, you know what, look, as awesome as I am, this is what would happen if I did that. And he just showed you and just blew everybody away. Probably, that's just my theory. Steroids are not, bottom line is how I feel about that as well. If it wasn't illegal, then that's what they did. I don't know if we want to put asterisks next to all of their names because we don't have asterisks next to those people who didn't play against brothers or Japanese or Dominican Republicans or Cubans or all of these players that come Venezuelans. There's players from different parts of the world now who, if they were playing Major League Baseball back when it was only a couple of white dudes from the States, a lot of that stuff would have been different too. You see what I'm saying? So, but there's no asterisks next to those names. So therefore, everything's everything's everything. Everybody was good when they was good. If you was taking steroids, but you still everybody was, then damn it, that's what it was. The same thing with the cycling. If everybody was taking steroids, then what? Lance Armstrong was still awesome because everybody was taking steroids. There was no one in cycling who wasn't. You ain't climbing up them damn hills 3 days in a row. You might, a human could do it one day, but damn it, I got to rest the next day or something. You better shorten the damn course or something the next day, and then we can go back in them hills. Recovery time. So it was obvious. I'm getting off base here. Pun intended. Getting off base. Listen, let's talk. The only person who I think that can really challenge the GOAT conversation as far as I'm concerned. Me personally, talking about Barry Bonds, and that would have to be Shohei Ohtani. I know it's Shohei Ohtani. I like to say Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani, man, if you haven't been paying attention, even people, if you're not even watching baseball, man, you should be watching him because it's ridiculous. What Shohei Ohtani is up to is really ridiculous, man. And what we've seen, like last year, to get 50 stolen bases and 50 home runs. Let's kind of put it in perspective. There's people that's getting paid a whole lot of money in MLB throughout the years that are just specialized in getting on base and stealing bases, getting in position to score, scoring position, getting to that second base is very important. The base hit brings them home, right? So base stealing is very important in the game of baseball. So there's people who specialize in that, get paid a lot of money throughout the years. Lou Brock and them boys, Ricky Henderson. It's going way back. That's what they did. Lou Brock, I don't even think hit for average. Ricky Henderson, I think, did. But, just base stealers, people that are really fast, get on base and steal bases. So even a 50 stolen base season is considered good amongst base stealers. Probably even very good amongst base stealers. Shohei Ohtani stole 50 bases. Now, you got big old dudes that can't do nothing else but hit for power. Not even for average, just hit for power, hit home runs. That's what they do. They get paid a lot of money. They bat clean up in the lineup. They bat third, fourth, or fifth in the lineup. Probably fourth. They ain't stealing no bases. We get our big fat butts up here, and we can knock this ball out of there. That's what we do. 50 home runs is considered a very good damn season, if not a great season, for home run hitters, just simply home run hitters. Shohei Ohtani has done that as well. In the same season that he got 50 stolen bases. The only member of the 50-50 club. We have 3 or 4 members of the 40-40 club. I think my boy Barry Bonds was in there. Jose Canseco was in there. And who else is in there? About 2 other cats. I think Osuna, what his name is, just entered that about a year or 2 ago, right? Atlanta Brave dude, right? So it's only about 3 or 4 of them. So you had an awesome season as a hitter, a home run hitter, and an awesome season as stolen bases. But here you got people that play baseball that also hit for average. You know what I'm saying? They might hit 300. The good average is about 290 and up, right? Hitting for 300 is ridiculous. Do you know Shohei Ohtani has done that too? Hit for 300. Probably 290 something right now as we speak. Maybe about 280 something, right? But bat 300 before. He's done that. If not last year, I'm not sure what he batted last year, but I'm pretty sure it's close to 300. So he's batting for average as well. That's what he's doing. Consummate baseball player on the offensive side of the ball, right? This is who you have right here. Everything. Was batting at any position that you want him. I can remember when he first came into the league way back in the Angels before, you know, when he first started, they had him at 8th or 9th and stuff like that. They didn't realize what was going to happen. And then they said, damn, this dude awesome. I've seen this guy bat first, second, third, and fourth. They got him leading off, and he's going to still get 100 RBIs. As a leadoff hitters ain't supposed to get no damn 100 RBIs. Their job is to get on base, right? He gonna get 100 RBIs because if the 7th, 8th, 9th batter gets to get on base, he gonna drive him in. Because he's gonna hit 50 home runs, so that's 50 RBIs. If just a dude is on base a couple of times, you know, there's 100 for you. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing that as well. As a leadoff, you got to be something. People want the person, they feel the first guy is gonna get on base. And if he gets on base, they're not going to put a big fat guy at first, batting first. That means he's athletic enough to bat first. He was batting second behind another MVP and one of the baddest dudes in the league, Mookie Betts. Mookie got hurt. They put Shohei to do that just, you know, until he gets back. But he was doing it so good, they just left him there. So he's good enough to bat first. And he's powerful enough to bat fourth. He's done that at the Angels a time or two. Right? This is so he's covered all bases in baseball on the offensive side, pun intended. He's covered all bases, right? Now, the good thing and the reason why I'm saying he's about to close this GOAT conversation because he's going to pitch for his first time in about a year and a half tonight. And when he does that, it's gonna be a little bit more, how would you say, magnanimous. It's gonna be a little bit more in your face than it's been, because for about a year and a half, people have just watched him play baseball and realizing, damn it, this is a baseball player. You know, he's stealing bases, sliding, getting up, understanding what's going on the baseball diamond. He's a baseball player. And not realizing and forgetting that, you know what, when he was pitching, he was one of the best. He was a top 20 pitcher in the league. That's pretty good. Low ERA, striking people out. Used to throw 100 miles an hour. I would request that he would not do that because you ain't going to have 1 or 2. I think he had Tommy John surgery and probably going on the second one. Just pitch a little bit. I wouldn't want him to really be a rotation pitcher, you know, where he's pitching every 5 days. I wouldn't want him to do that because he's such a good hitter, and you know, then you're gonna have to start doing stuff like say, "Hey man, don't slide no more, don't play no baseball." I think he should, you know, be a closer or something like that, or you know, the mid innings where he's pitching maybe 2 or 3. A closer might not be enough for him. You know, he's too. How would you say? He's too much of a baseball player to probably just want to close. He's gonna want to do more than that. But I would say I would slow him down a little bit and say, hey, man, you don't need to be a starter. Come in, you know, go warm up over there and come in, maybe pitch 2 innings, 3 innings, stuff like that. You know, get the longevity. But what I'm trying to say here is people when they see him on the mound, the ones that forgot the talent he has on the mound. Split finger, real fastball, striking a whole lot of people out. He had double-digit strikeouts on a whole lot of occasions, right? I'm not going to say he was close to I will say this. He was close to a Cy Young winner. But he has to be that because it's only about 3 or 4 of those. But he's in that top 10 in whatever conference he be. So if he was in the National League, I know when he's in the American League, he was a top 5 pitcher. That's ridiculous, seeing as though we see what he just did on the offensive side. So what I'm saying is enjoy him pitching again, right? He might not pitch at a high level anymore, probably ever, because of these surgeries. But watch him. And when he pitches, watch what I say. People are going to start talking GOAT again because they watched him play baseball. And he's one of the best in the whole league at baseball without pitching. But to put any kind of pitching on top of what we know he can do offensively, damn it, he's going to slam this door on GOAT conversation in a minute here. So y'all check it out. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm about to hear y'all.